this poor man fell into the arms of this temptress, this Jezebel.
And I'm going to court. My sister, who's a judge, is doing some shit to get me out of
You know what I'm saying?
Ain't no legit pastor got money in their walls.
He's a loser.
Shut up!
This is uncomfortable.
Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Comfort. Thank you so much for being with me today. We are back again with another episode of Really Uncomfortable, where we talk about any and everything we feel. And if it makes you uncomfortable, we feel like you should be talking about it. I have another one of our regulars back today, and he's gonna introduce himself. Y'all know him. You've cackled at some of his shenanigans on last episode. So go ahead and introduce yourself.
Love me.
I'm just.
What up, y'all? It's your boy, Too Easy. I'm back.
Yes.
Happy to be here.
Okay, so y'all, today, later on, Sinead might be joining us, so don't be startled if he pops in. We're gonna get into our first hot topic today, right? Now, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you like the conversation so far. Hit the post notification bell so you can be notified when we post another video. And also, in the link below, you're gonna see Easy's channel. I think it's you and Jay, right? Yeah. Yeah.
Jay Francis and Too Easy.
Yeah, Jay Francis and Too Easy. They're brothers. They're happy and they're singing and they're colored. And they talk about right. And they talk about sports, recaps, their reviews, hip hop, whatever. I'll go ahead and link that below. And I also have everybody's Instagram so you can follow everybody. So, okay. The first topic that I want to discuss is, so Chris Cuomo, I'm trying not to be, but guys, I mean,
My guy.
right? My guy. Like, anyway, so Chris Cuomo, former New York State governor, Andrew Cuomo, had several sexual harassment, maybe even assault allegations put against him by multiple women. So much so he had to step down from running for his political seat. And I hadn't really heard anything from his brother, but obviously that's his brother. We assumed that he would be in his corner. Nothing has really been substantiated yet. They haven't had their day in court. So this past week, Chris Cuomo, who is his brother, and if they have great, fun, awesome relationship, similar to ours actually, like really funny, fun banter.
Yeah. Yeah, typical brothers.
Right. Yeah. So Chris Cuomo, allegedly by CNN, was said to have done some investigating on who the accusers are and use his media sources. You know, he's a CNN news reporter, basically. And I think it's called Prime Time with Cuomo. And he used some of his media sources to figure out who the accusers were and to figure out some more information about them. So because of that, CNN suspended him. And this past week, like 2 days ago, they fired him. And they fired him. At first I was assuming it was because of him using his media sources, but then they've also said that he had an accuser come forward, but he completely denied it, and that some people think that that actually may be the reason why they were like, okay, let's just fire him, because now it's a whole other thing, plus media sources and this alleged accuser or whatever, right? So first, how do you feel about it? Do you think that he's wrong? Do you feel like that's his brother? You gotta do what you gotta do for family. He didn't do much, you know?
So when I read this initially, right, I had a lot about this, even going with the Andrew Cuomo situation and all that, but you know, I won't get into too much detail about it, but just Chris Cuomo, just to start off, I'm torn on this, right? Because part of me, well, objectively,
right.
He's wrong. Obviously, you cannot use your position and your power in a company to try to get information, to try to bury somebody else. Especially if they're like someone accusing someone of sexual assault. So let's say hypothetically, if Andrew Cuomo did do it, and he's actually trying to find ways to undermine the investigation by putting information out about these people, then that's wrong. Right?
Yeah. If that's wrong.
On the flip side, as me having siblings, having family members,
come on,
I want my niggas to be 10 toes down with me.
You know what I'm saying?
You gotta if you are a judge and I'm going to court,
I want you.
My sister, who's a judge, is doing some shit to get me out of
You know what I'm saying?
Especially if, let's say, if I'm claiming innocence, I didn't do this.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So the human part of me, as far as the family part of me,
yeah,
I'm not mad at him looking out for his brother.
Right.
Because I feel like that's what anybody would do in that situation.
Yeah.
We live in a society, obviously, that's based on nepotism and based on like people helping out other family members.
Exactly.
Like look at Donald Trump when he was elected. Donald Trump Jr. was up in there.
Yep.
Ivanka Trump was up in there.
Yep. Her husband.
Their power to do their bullshit. So I'm not mad at it, but at the same time, I'm not gonna shed tears for him getting caught and getting fired for it, because he should get fired for it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, hey, I mean,
that's the risk you take. Yeah.
If I was telling him, like, yo, you got me.
Not you got me.
If I did it all over again, if it all happened again, I would do it again.
Right.
That's gonna be slicker with it next time. So that's how I feel about it.
Yeah.
I also feel like, now, in regards to the allegations, I don't know what's true. I do say sometimes, when there's smoke, there's fire. Because I mean, Bill Cosby, he's so adamant that he didn't do all the things he did.
And it's 50 women.
When you have that number of women saying this thing about you, like it's hard for people to just be like, oh well, now take this for what you will.
Yeah.
I just want people to think about it, because Andrew Cuomo and Chris Cuomo were very anti-Trump, and they were very much one of the people spearheading attacking Trump about tax returns, about his racism, about his xenophobia, about a lot of things. And when Andrew Cuomo, when the whole January 6th happened, and when they found out he lost the election, Andrew Cuomo said that once Trump is out, New York was going to get him.
Yeah.
And then once that happened, all of a sudden all these allegations started coming out.
Exactly. So, I don't think it's a coincidence.
I'm just saying, and then with Chris, I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's a possibility for sure.
There's a possibility. That's not to say that Andrew Cuomo was innocent. I'm just saying that let's say even if he was guilty, this shit didn't come out until
until
situation. So,
say hello to the people.
Hi guys.
Okay. So basically we're talking about Chris Cuomo using his media sources to help his brother Andrew Cuomo, former New York State governor, who's being accused by several women of sexual harassment and sexual assault. Would you do that? How far would you go for your family member? Like, do you feel like it's wrong what he did?
It's not wrong though, but it depends on how professional wise, if with his job, if he's supposed to, if there are boundaries to the certain kind of things he's supposed to do.
Yeah, he's not allowed to.
If he's not allowed to do it, then
it's like using his position.
That's the consequences of what you get. But was he right to do for family like that? 100% right.
I basically agree with both of you guys. I do feel like, I feel like ultimately it's wrong. Okay, this is why I'm hesitant to say it's wrong. Because if he used the media sources just to get information on the accusers, if there's no evidence of him attempting to use it in any case, if there's no evidence of him attempting to have like a smear campaign, if it's just information he wants to know so that maybe he can figure out, like, do these ladies have a point? Like, does this sound like, you know what I'm saying? Because this is what I think. Just because of the conflict of interest, I really don't think that he would be able to use that information in any, like, legal capacity to help his brother.
But he could use that information to give it to his brother at the bare minimum. He could be like, yo, this is what I found out about these people. Use your...
when they say... That's what I'm saying. But when they say found out, is it just information about, like, what they're alleging? Or is it like he's trying to find out dirt on them? They didn't say that.
I think what I read was like he was trying to find dirt on them. Like he was trying to find information about the accusers.
That's what I said. They said information.
Like, their background, like if they did anything in the past. Like he was trying to find things that he or his brother could use to to diminish what they're saying, to lose their credibility.
Okay, if that's what he was doing, then yes, that's absolutely wrong. Because why do you need to do all of that if your brother's innocent? Like, you should kind of let the legal... I know, granted, the legal system isn't always fair, especially depending on who knows who, but you should just kind of let it play out. Like, after all, y'all are white men, like, it'll probably... everything's even.
But the most important thing is, if he's not going to use it, it makes no sense him trying to figure out what exactly this... So people are involved in. But the basic point is he was actually doing that because he was going to use it.
But there's a difference between finding dirt and just finding out like what details could. No, I don't.
These people.
Next story I want to talk about is Joel Osteen. So, yeah.
Are you sure? Are you sure you want to talk about
I really don't want to, but I mean.
We can talk about your next topic. It's up to you.
Let's talk about Joel Osteen. Just let's briefly give our thoughts on it, cause anyway.
Why you have to shy about the story now?
I know because okay. So basically, Joel Osteen, who is the very well-known, very prominent pastor of Lakewood Church in Houston, Texas. It is a very well-known church, a very big church. A lot of people love him because he's like basically like a motivational speaking type of pastor. I wouldn't consider him a prosperity pastor, but he's a very wealthy pastor. Like he doesn't preach like give 5,000 here. He doesn't preach that, but he has a lot of wealthy people that go to his church. And so people had critiqued him around the time of the hurricane because they said that he wouldn't let people in the church. And so little critiques here and there. People tried to discredit him being a pastor because they say all he does is he's just a motivational speaker. He's not really a man of the cloth. So all of that aside, right? Recently, a plumber was doing some work in his church. And this plumber, previously, there was a report made by the church that there was money missing, around $500,000 that was missing. And they reported it to insurance and the whole thing. I'll put some of the details in the caption if I'm.
I didn't know that part.
Yeah, basically it says you may remember hundreds of thousands of dollars. This is from Spiritual Word, by the way. Were stolen from a safe at Lakewood Church. It was a big headline back in 2014. Now, all these years later, another bombshell has dropped. A plumber says he found money in a wall while he was doing work at the church on November 10th, 2021. The news came to light during the radio morning show at 100.3 The Bull. It was just unbelievable, the morning show host says, the things he was telling us that they found in the walls. Lindsay was shocked when he listened to viewers Thursday morning, but says this one caller really took the segment over. There was a loose toilet in the wall and we removed the tile, the caller said. We went to go remove the toilet and I moved some insulation away and about 500 envelopes fell out of the wall. And I was like, wow. Envelopes, I'm assuming, like offering. So now
That's my last question.
Yes.
Just before why do y'all think there was money in the wall?
It looks like they were hiding money. Hiding people's offering, because it said in 500 envelopes, so I'm assuming that's people's offering, right? I'm confused as to why it was in the wall since 2014. Like, are you?
Who knows if it was in there since 2014? I mean, that's what they're trying to do.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's true. It could be something that maybe it's an ongoing thing. Yeah, so it looks like they were hiding money.
Okay, so what are the people saying? Like, what are they saying? He's involved in it? Or?
Yeah, people are trying to say. People have been kind of on his case ever since he wouldn't let people in the church during that hurricane. People are trying to say that he's not really who he says he is, and yeah.
You wanna go?
I'll take the last one. I'm gonna let Easy go because he's the one. He's kind of one of the people that's been on his case a little bit.
You damn right. Because listen, man, look, if you just want to be a life coach, ain't nothing wrong with being a life coach. If you just want to be a motivational speaker like Tony Robbins or whatever, there's nothing wrong with doing that. But when now if you're on in public portraying yourself to be a pastor, right, and you're one with the Lord and all that stuff, when it comes time, just me as someone who's from Houston, who lives in Houston, that Hurricane Harvey thing really rubbed me the wrong way, because it's like every Sunday your church is packed. They give you all types of offerings, all types of tithes. And when it came down that the city of Houston needed you, those same church members who go to your church needed asylum and needed help. You locked the doors. You didn't let them in while the place is flooded. Matter of fact, oh my God, you may have just uncovered some shit. Wait.
Hold on. Okay.
They had some plumbing.
Yeah.
The issue was, you ain't want niggas in that church because they was going to cover that money in the wall.
I know, that's, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Let me find out Joel Osteen has keys on the palm trees. Let me find out Joel Osteen is actually the pastor from Howard.
No, he's not.
Joel is not really a pastor. This man is a hustler.
Y'all, can he be
behind the back? Ain't no pastor. You can name PJ. You can name whoever pastor you want to name.
Yeah.
Ain't no pastor got money in their walls. Ain't no legit pastor got money in their walls.
Yeah.
And they got no explanation for it. I'm waiting. I want to know the explanation as to why there's $600,000 in your walls.
Yeah.
I just want to know that.
Why are there 500
envelopes? Explain to me how that makes sense. For years, I've felt like Joel Osteen sells people on a dream, and due to the fact that they believe in that dream, he takes advantage of it. But I mean, I feel like I've been saying this for years. People call me a hater. People call me just, I'm doing the most. But now we have the Hurricane Harvey issue. Now we have this money in the walls issue. I want to know what else needs to happen for people to start opening their eyes.
Maybe it's not him. Maybe it's someone in his church. I don't know.
Somebody can do something in that man's church and he don't know about it.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
So whatever.
Kevin, what do you think? Real quick, like
my take on this is I'm looking at it from someone who has actually attended a big church like that before.
Yeah.
Back home, he might be the head of the church, but he doesn't run everything in the church.
Yeah, that is true. They have even in our little bitty
$600,000.
Bro,
name anybody in any establishment that money of that much.
They have a treasurer.
Keep in mind, people, that was just one plumber. If you really think there's only $600,000 in those walls, just come on. It's everywhere in the church.
Okay, let's look at it from this way. Let's look at it this way. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter the locations where the money is, where they have money or whatever. But the thing is, if you look at this man's church, he's huge.
Yeah.
He might be the head, but we have committees in church. We have different departments in church being held by different people. We have the treasurers in church. Like, questions are going to be asked more on the treasurers than him. The reason why he's taking the heat right now is the face of the church.
Yeah.
You understand? A whole lot of people are going to lose their job in that church based on what is happening right now. Who am I to say he was right or he was wrong?
Who are we? But honestly, it doesn't look good. To be really honest, it doesn't look good.
Who he is and
yeah, it doesn't look good. Yeah, but let's. Whatever.
He is selling the tree.
Okay.
And he is collecting their money and putting it in walls.
Oh, shut up! Oh my God.
Y'all are being blind to it. Y'all need to wake up. Okay.
Okay, Lord, just reveal our eyes to whatever needs to be revealed to. Ooh, okay. All right, y'all. So I want to touch our last topic. Now, I really want to get y'all's opinion on this because I have seen some wild things on the internet and maybe I'm missing something, okay? So I want to talk about the Brittany Renner and PJ Washington debacle, okay? For people that don't know, Brittany Renner is like basically a social media influencer. She started off as like a fitness girl and then she just, is basically like an Instagram model of sorts, right? And she's been linked to several male celebrities. Firstly, it was namely Colin Kaepernick, like way back in the beginning of his career, I believe. And there was some drama there. And I actually used to follow her. I used to really love Brittany Renner, but then she just got a little bit too raunchy, a little bit too much for me. So I had to exit stage left. So recently, she got into a relationship with a NBA player, young NBA player, 22-year-old PJ Washington. She was 26 at the time. They got into a relationship, ended up having a child. According to Brittany, this child was planned and he wanted to have this child. She told him that he could wait. He wanted to move her into his house. He did so. And at the time that they were together, people were already saying when they found out she was pregnant that basically she manipulated this young guy into basically ending up paying her child support, into bringing her into his life and basically using him for his money. So people have been saying that she is basically a gold digger. Like, this is her thing. She manipulated this young guy into having a baby, and that women are predators. Women like this are predators, and they're preying on young men who don't know any better, or preying on wealthy men who don't know no better. I have my thoughts, but I just want to hear what y'all as men have to say, because, I mean, maybe should I go first? Okay, let me go first. I don't get it. Okay, these are grown men fully in control of their male members. They choose these girls. They know what happens when you sleep with somebody. They know what happens when you don't use a condom, when you don't use birth control. A lot of the times they're the ones pursuing these girls. A lot of the time girls like Brittany Renner. I don't know about the average groupie, but a girl like Brittany Renner who has her own following, her own money, they're going after these girls because of their looks, and they want to, and they're telling them all type of stuff. They want to impregnate them. I want you to have my baby. They want to be in a relationship, right? So I don't understand why in the media people always try to make it like the man is this innocent puppy that doesn't know anything, and she took advantage of him, and what do you expect? Like, there's nobody can manipulate you into having sex with nobody. You knew what was going to happen when you had sex with that girl. You wanted to have that baby, and now that she wants child support, when you told her to give up her life allegedly, now you're mad and you're upset about it, and you're going with whatever the crowd is saying. I think it's BS. I don't think it's possible to manipulate a man. You can't even get a man to do what he said he was going to do half the time, let alone get him to do what you want him to do. So I'm just saying to the publics, to the internets, I think it's a bunch of BS. Y'all keep attacking her. Okay, I'm not the biggest fan of Brittany Renner at this juncture, but I'm just really over the whole, oh, this poor man fell into the arms of this temptress, this Jezebel. Oh, please, like, please. But whatever. Yeah, I'll let y'all get y'all up.
Easy.
That was a lot.
So I'm just, I've been thinking about it for a while.
First of all, I agree with most of what you say, but I disagree with the fact that you said men can be manipulated. They absolutely can, especially by a fine woman. They absolutely can be manipulated. Okay. Two, I do agree with you. I do feel like this is on PJ Washington as far as like the whole whatever, but yeah, I will say, just like how I had about the whole Jada thing with optics, right? Yeah. So there's a little backstory on Brittany Renner. I know you gave her, her little backstory too, but keep in mind, Brittany Renner, she is a fitness person and an Instagram model also, but I used to follow her on Instagram. She did have many videos, like just talking about, sleeping with celebrities and things of that nature. And I do remember vividly, she did have a video, I think it went viral around that time, around the PJ Washington time too, with the whole scandal or whatever, that she said that if you ever want to get a quick check, sleep with an NBA player because they're stupid and they don't wear condoms. Like, this is what she said verbatim. So keep that in mind. Now, I may be wrong, but if I last remember, she didn't meet PJ Washington when he was 22. She met him when he was a freshman in college.
Oh, so like 18, 19.
Like 18 years old. Okay. That's where the predator thing comes from, because here's this fine woman seeing this college possible NBA prospect, and she's grooming him, gets pregnant by him and has a baby by him. So, and all this stuff happened after that video where she said, if you want to get a check, get knocked up by an NBA player and get a check. So, and she ended up getting a check. So, keep that in mind. Okay. One thing in mind. Brittany Renner wrote a book detailing.
She did,
you know about Colin Kaepernick because she wrote that in a book.
Well, I knew about that before, but
like Lil Uzi Vert, Colin Kaepernick, a whole bunch of rappers that she was a side chick to and had sex with, and she detailed their sex life. So she's already been given like this superhead, fat stacks type of, vibe where she's kind of like a groupie, you know? And then so with that bad image, coupled with the video that she made, coupled with the whole PJ Washington situation, is why she's being viewed the way she's being viewed. So
that makes
I think just from my experience in watching Brittany Renner from afar, I do think she actually does fall in love with these people. Like, she's a actual romantic type person, so she actually wants to be with these people, but maybe they just play her or whatever. So I don't think that she was targeting this guy, but at the same time, like I said, optics-wise, right, with everything I just said.
Yeah, it doesn't look.
I think you can understand why people are saying what they're saying about her. That doesn't look great. You're having to ignore a lot of red flags, and those are just some of the red flags I see.
Okay, all right. That you've enlightened me. Okay, that makes a little more sense. Okay, here we go. Real quick, if you can. 60 seconds.
Mine is one doesn't say. It's just that the thing is, when you keep doing some certain things and you keep winning, it is better for you to take your L when it comes. All right, she's been with so many different celebrities, having her ways. Come on, man, right now, take your L. If you feel like ever since the both of you separated, you've been broke, take your L. You didn't play your game really tight on this one.
Yeah.
You've been having your W's all this while. So right now, take your L and take your ass back to the gym and go make more followers. Go make more followers, because it's wrong, because there are some certain things you shouldn't be caught saying with your mouth, even when you don't mean them, though, because words are easy to say.
Yeah, and then you come back to bite you.
Saying something like, if you want a fast paycheck, an MBA, blah, 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 blah. Come on, man. If I have heard something like that and news like this are popping up, there's no explanation. If I'm a judge, there's no explanation, evidence you're going to bring to my face that I'm going to look at you like you're being played or you're being somebody played. No. Right now, take your L and look for another dumbass basketball player to get a check from. Come on, man. That's the only thing I can say about.
All right, whatever. I guess. Brittany, I tried to have you back, girl. I mean, just generally, though, men can't be manipulated. I still stand on that, but I understand.
They absolutely can, especially when they see a fine-ass girl at 18 years old.
That they choose to go after.
That fine and never got, so... One thing I did think was interesting, I know we gotta go, but
yeah, real quick.
The video, she said that, you know, a man should not be your financial plan.
Right.
And you should be able to even if you're in a relationship, you should always have your own thing. I wanted to know what you thought about that.
I agree with that totally, and that is what, for me saying that I don't think a man can be manipulated, I'm just of the opinion that I don't think a woman can be manipulated either. Maybe I'm just weird. I just don't think I could be manipulated. Even at times when I felt like people have said that, oh, so-and-so manipulated you, I'm like, yeah, but I didn't have to take the bait. Like, I'm smart enough to not take that bait. So I agree that a woman should have her own thing, have her own stuff going, and to be able to stand on her own 2 feet. I understand some women are not. Like, I've been raised from a young age. My mom always told me never be in a position where a man can kick you out of his house. So I always had the mindset, I'm gonna have my own because I need to have a voice. So I understand some women weren't taught that. They kind of had to learn the hard way. So, but yeah, I do agree that you should have your own thing and you should know better, especially with all the stories we see in the media. Like, you shouldn't be falling victim to it in this 2021.
But she has
her own money.
She has her own money, right?
Yeah, but she gave up her car because for whatever dumb reason he gave her.
She said she didn't have it. She gave up her car?
Yeah, she said she doesn't have a car right now.
Hey,
because
her house or whatever.
No, she said she didn't have a car because she was like, cause love, whatever.
2.5 months when I decided to leave. Maybe it was 2.5 months old. I didn't have anywhere to go. I didn't even have a car. I still don't have a car. I got rid of my car. You know, because empty promises, whatever.
She's a loser.
Shut up!
She's a loser.
No.
She's a loser.
I actually liked her.
You liked her, yeah, but she's a loser.
It's just, I actually respect the honesty. Like I said, for me, even my issue with Joel, if you're honest, if you just upfront with your bullshit, I can respect that. And she is honest about her bullshit, so yeah, I respect it.
I agree. Y'all leave your comments down below. Let us know what your thoughts are and who you agree with, and if y'all think that people can't be manipulated, or if you have your own manipulation story, please do leave it below, and we might discuss it.
Manipulation story. That's how I know niggas.
Oh my God! And we will discuss it. We will discuss it on next episode. Thank you so much for being with us today. Go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the post notification bell so you'll be notified every time that we post a video. Hit everybody's Instagram. Go ahead and give them a follow. Check out their stories, what they have going on. Keep up with Too Easy and Jay Francis on their YouTube. I'll link everything below. All right, thank you so much for joining us today. We'll see you next time. Bye.